All right, Year 10s, continuing on with our applications of quadratics, we have example 3. Andrew wants to build a swimming pool surrounded by a path. Okay, we have the measurements given as 10 meters being the width of the entire area, 12 meters being the length of the entire area. This is including the walkway. All right, this is including the walkway. The walkway has a width of X meters, so we need to take that into account. All right. Determine the length and width of the pool in terms of X. So if we have a look, this length here is equal to our 12 meters, take away 2 lots of X. So our length is equal to 12 take away 2x. Our width by the same relation, this area here, is equal to our 10 meters, take away another 2x. So our width is equal to 10 take away 2x. Now, I remind you, the length is always the longest side of a rectangle. Show that the area of the pool is equal to 4x squared minus 44x plus 120. Now, keep an eye out for this word here, show. In these questions, it's really important that you show every single step, as there are no marks for presenting this equation here. It's already been given to you. You will only get marks for working out. So, I'm going to start off by saying that the area of the pool is equal to its length times its width, which in this case is going to be 12 minus 2x multiplied by 10 minus 2x, which we've gotten from our answer in A. When we expand this, we get 12 times 10, which is 120. 12 times minus 2x, which is minus 24x. Negative 2x times 10, which is negative 20x. And then negative 2 times negative 2, which is negative 4x. Okay? Collecting our like terms, we have negative 24x, negative minus 20x. So we're going to have 120 minus 44x. And I do apologize, I made an error before. This should be a plus 4x. Plus 4x. Okay? So once again, because it is minus 2x multiplied with another minus 2x, negative times a negative gives us a positive result. Rearranging this equation, we have 4x squared minus 44x plus 120. Okay? Determine the width of the path shown if the area of the pool is 18 meters squared. Now, at this point, remember that x defines the width of the path. Okay? So all we have to do is solve for x, and we've answered this question. We have our equation that the area of the path is equal to 4x squared minus 44x plus 120. We always check against the given formula rather than trusting to our own. At this point, we always work with the given formula, even if our own was different. Okay? Furthermore, if you couldn't answer A or B, we can still use this formula to answer C. So always look further into the question in your assessment to see if you can answer any part of the question. Now, we have area equals 4x squared minus 44x plus 120. If we know the area is 80 meters squared, we can say 80 equals 4x squared minus 44x plus 120. We want to make the left-hand side 0, so we're going to subtract 80 from both sides, which will leave us with 0 equals 4x squared minus 44x plus 120 take away 80, which is 40. Now I can see a common denominator that I'm going to divide out straight away. So by dividing by 4, I can simplify this equation to say 0 equals x squared minus 11x plus 10. When I go to use my cross-factor theorem, factors of x squared are x and x. Factors of positive 10 that give negative 11x when added together are going to be negative 10 and negative 1. So that's negative 10x minus 1x. It's a total of negative 11x. So I now know that my factorized expression 0 equals x minus 10 times x minus 1. I'm going to complete the solution on the right-hand side. If we have x minus 10 equals 0, using the null factor law, we can say x is equal to 10. If we have x minus 1 equals 0, we can say x equals 1. Now, both of these values are positive, so you might be inclined to give both as your final solution, but you must always check feasibility against what we have. So we have the width is equal to 10 take away 2x. Now, width cannot be negative, which means that 10 take away 2x cannot be negative. If 10 take away 2x must be greater than or equal to 0, negative 2x must be greater than or equal to negative 5, and x must be less than or equal to 5. If x is any greater than 5, then 10 take away 2x will be less than 0, and we cannot have that. Because x must be less than 5, that rules out x equals 10 as a solution. Okay, so it's really important that you always check your feasibility. Because of this, we can say, therefore, x equals 1. The width of the pathway is 1 meter. Good luck.